You are listening to Heroes of New Halcyon, A City of Mist game. Arc 1, Episode 4, No One's Laughing in the Background, Part 1. Fern,
Yo!
the day after all of that word vomit, have you texted Rhiannon anymore? Or do you reconsider having them here? Because they're in the next town over. How's Fern feeling the day of the funeral? And I'm asking you this because we're about to go into a scene, and if there is one detail that you would like to change, I'm giving you the option. At the chat, first date ideas. You want to come to my mom's funeral? I hate you, Alana.
Okay, so I'm just gonna real quick kind of outline Fern's
Emotional landscape.
like more like mental space, thought process, whatever right now.
Mm-hmm.
He for the longest time he was focused on just survival. And so like dating was not really something that he ever really thought about.
Mm-hmm.
He's still more or less uh part of the reason why he wasn't exactly sure what to respond to, or like how to respond to Rhiannon's word vomit was yeah, I got word vomit now too. Okay, thanks.
For the listener at home, I did share a picture of a pit crew of Rhiannon in our Riverside chat.
um part of the reason why he wasn't sure how exactly to respond to the word vomit is because he's still not fully thinking about dating,
Mm-hmm.
because it's still like a new concept to him essentially, and doesn't exactly know how to go about it.
Yeah.
And at the same time, but also like it's not that he doesn't want to date, it's just he it's also not really that he doesn't see it, or see that he doesn't have time or have the need to. It's just he doesn't know that landscape.
That's very fair, and I will make it incredibly clear that Rhiannon would be there not as like Rhiannon would be there to support you emotionally,
Yeah.
no matter what your relationship status is.
Yeah. Um.
Are you about to flip a coin?
Uh. Do do one better. I'm going to roll for it using
Whoa. Okay.
actual dice.
That's some dude
We'll
cred right there, Ash.
go A. Let's see. Which dice am I feeling for Fern? You know what? Let's go. Yeah, let's go this one. Alright. Oh, that's a bit cocked.
Well,
He texts Rhiannon. So, do you want to come to the funeral too.
I'll say, would you say that Fern is an early riser?
Uh, relatively ish.
So this is around like 9 in the morning.
Yeah.
Rhiannon replies, "Where would you like me to meet you?"
Um, where's the funeral taking place
It is
again?
at Toombs Manor on the outskirts of Umbra Plaza.
Um, yeah, I'll give them the address for it and the time of the funeral.
I'll be there.
Okay.
You rolled for it, man. It's gonna be an awkward first date. Um, so I will say, are you at the Hollow?
Yeah, he's been chilling at the Hollow, yeah.
I will say, Noctua opens your closet and sort of like sets out a nice black suit.
I gotta get used to this now, okay.
You do, and I have to as well.
Right, right. Yeah. Uh, I also gotta get used to having clothes other than what I usually wear. Hmm. And then he like puts on the suit, but it feels so weird in it.
It's impeccably tailored. Like it fits you nicely,
Yes,
but it still feels
the
weird.
yeah, the feel
The fit is good.
the clothes themselves feel nice. The feel of having them and having them on. What the fuck?
And as Fern is getting dressed, Minerva, what are you doing the morning before the funeral?
I think she's gotten up extra early. I think she goes to the park where she gave herself a moment to feel vulnerable for a few minutes. And if there's a bench or anywhere, she just sits there for just a little bit and she says, "There's a lot today people might say about you, and I don't know how much I want to defend you from it. But I also know they're probably not going to all be right either. And figuring out what part of memory and grief we want to hold on to is going to be a lot for all of us. But you taught me how to survive and how to ask more for myself. So I'll do the same. I'll hold on to that strength you gave me for this at least one more time." She goes back home. She gets a really nice dress shirt put up together. She gets a little mad at herself because she goes back to her cabinet, to her medicine cabinet. She takes a few pills that she has on rotation. Mostly hormone therapy related stuff, but she's like, "I'm gonna take this just in case." And she takes a bottle of pills that she got probably a few months ago, so this prescription is still good. They're anti-anxiety medication. She's like, "I don't think I'm gonna need this, but I gonna have it just in case. And she just like sticks it in like another jacket she's taken with her to be close. And she, I think, in a prominent spot on the top of the dress shirt, she has a little pin. It's the shape of an owl. And I think there's, if she has like a little spot she's been writing in her like apartment, just like 6 or 7 drafts of a speech of some kind that she's probably been trying to write, and it's just turned into, here's a bullet point list that she just has to get these points across, and that's it. She can't write it out. It'll just have to be something she says. And she heads off to the funeral.
Kanchana, what are you doing the morning of the funeral?
Kanchana is... I think Kanchana's mostly getting ready. They, like, begin by, like, eating, of course. And they are, like, putting on their makeup, laying out their clothing, and probably drinking while doing this.
Okay.
And definitely not watching said drinks. Bad choices all around for Kanchana. It's a nice suit though, so. And it's black. They're showing up in a black suit.
Okay.
I think they also tell their dad, because they're staying with their father right now, I will meet you there.
Are you sure? I can give you a ride.
I can get myself there. Thanks for the offer, though.
Okay.
I'll see you there.
He gives you a big hug.
I hug back and make a shitty joke of don't make any bad decisions. He probably knows I've been drinking, by the way.
And that's why he doesn't respond. He walks out of your home.
I think she also says before her dad leaves, I wish Mom was here.
Me too. Me too.
Yeah.
And Kate, what are you doing the morning of the funeral?
Well, since she's been on Allison and Celeste's couch, and maybe a little too old to be sleeping on a couch for this long. At least for her back. She kind of just rolls off the couch. And kind of lays on the floor for a minute. And asks herself, am I really going to do this? I'm really going to do this. I am really going to do this. Bird flies down. Bird goes up the mountain. Oh gosh, I never get it right. Bird goes down. Bird goes up the mountain. That bird's gonna go over a lot of mountains. Okay, here we go. And she just psychs herself up, gets up, gets in the bathroom, starts getting dressed, and the dress that she did borrow from her neighbor is definitely cut for a woman in her late 50s, early 60s, and it kind of hugs in the wrong places and hangs loose in the other wrong places. And she just looks at herself in the mirror and realizes that part of her brain hasn't moved past joining up with Althea to begin with. But now seeing herself in this older woman's dress, it's like, oh, I've lost a lot of years of my life to this. I look old, and I can't get my time back. And I think she sinks down to the bathroom floor and really starts to cry. It's the first time she's really, really cried in a very, very long time. And, she's definitely in the bathroom too long.
I think Kate hears the door open.
I'll be out in a second, I'm
And-
sorry.
There's no words, but you feel Celeste hugging you.
Which only makes her cry harder.
Let it out. It's okay. Today's a rough day.
Yeah. I have to go. I have to go, and
I noticed that dress the night you moved in, and well, I got you something.
you didn't have to
And
do that.
I know I wouldn't forgive myself if I let you walk out in that dress.
Thank you.
We can just give that back to whoever you got it.
Milky looks so
And
good in this. I don't know why it
on,
didn't look good on me.
on Celeste's bed is this lovely black dress that seems much more you.
That is such a strange realization for Kate to have, that yes, this looks like me, and somebody else figured out who me was before me did. That's not English.
No, but I know what you mean. Oof. I didn't know if I didn't know if you'd like it.
It's perfect. Celeste, you always pick the most perfect things. Like, you should be a comedian
Not
because you have
always.
perfect timing.
And not always. But say the word and Allison and I will rescue you from a funeral. Make a big scene of it too.
Oh, fantastic. Oh, I
I'm
can't.
sure Allison will knock over a flower pot.
Oh, I mean, well, don't. Minnie's outdone herself in planning things, and so maybe we won't cause destruction, but definitely we can kick something. I'm sure there's got to be a folding chair somewhere.
Are there guest books at funerals? We'll throw the guest book.
That sounds about right. And to be fair, my family's a mess, so adding to the mess isn't gonna be maybe too noticeable. Ooh. Kate turns and sees herself in kind of a long standing mirror that's in the bedroom, and sees how puffy her eyes are and how red splotched, and overwhelmed by the moment, she kind of starts crying and like, oh god, I'm not gonna get ready in time.
Allison may think she's the cosmetologist, but most Frisco she picked up from me. I got you.
Thank you, Celeste.
So Celeste helps you get ready. You put on that dress, and you look at yourself in that full body mirror. Maybe you can't get the years back, but you can stand in this moment. We then cut to the stately Toombs Manor. You know what? I will roll a d4 to see who gets there first. So Kanchana is 1, Fern is 2.
I was gonna say, do you really have to roll for that? There's Fern there.
He probably just parkoured his way over in the suit.
Yeah.
It is.
He would start like he actually wouldn't parkour only because it's threads that he doesn't feel like he can actually do that in.
Yeah.
So it's like he forced himself to like walk, and he would see something he would want to parkour over or whatever to help him get there faster. Start it and it'd be like, oh, the threads are going to like rip if I do that. I'm just gonna
get a movable suit, obviously.
Fern, as you're apparently walking to the manor,
get a calm.
you see a car sort of like pull up beside you, and the window rolls down, and Rhiannon goes, "Were you planning on walking there?"
Yeah.
Get in.
Okay. Then he gets in.
Rhiannon is dressed in this sort of like pantsuit with this sort of black pantsuit with a black shrug and a pendant of a sun and a moon, both silver. Rhiannon sort of hesitates, but then places a hand on your shoulder. You ready?
Yeah. Let's get this. Yep.
You look really good.
I'll admit, the clothes look nice. It doesn't feel me, but I mean, I know these things you gotta look nice, and my usual clothes would probably not be proper wear to wear. Yeah.
Take the compliment, Fern.
Yeah. Okay.
Rhiannon gives you a warm smile and starts driving. You two are the first to arrive. And then Minerva. Minerva, you see Fern getting out of the car with someone you have not met before.
She goes up to Fern, acknowledges him. Thank you for coming.
Yeah, it's... Yeah.
Hi. I'm Rhiannon. I'm one of Fern's classmates.
Thank you for taking the time to come and support Fern and to be here.
Of course. And Rhiannon sort of like looks at you, Fern. I'm gonna find a seat.
Okay, yeah.
They place a hand on your shoulder for a moment before walking into the manor, leaving Fern and Minerva for a moment.
I think Minerva will say, do you mind waiting out here till Kate and Kanchana get here? Well, you might not know who Kate is, really, but Kanchana will be able to point her out. I just need to go make sure that everyone's getting situated in the right spots. Just making sure everything's getting coordinated the right way.
Okay, yeah. All right, I'll wait here.
It'll be very quick, and she's like, goes at, especially if it's like a wake kind of thing. She's just checking with like the other people involved, making sure flowers and things of that sort are set aside.
And
She's doing the busy work stuff if she can for a second.
And I will say, Constance is helping you. And she sees you, Minerva, and just gives you a hug.
Constance was Althea's partner, am I remember that correctly? Yeah. It's...
I'm not going to ask the obvious question. Because there's no obvious answer, right?
People are going to feel what they are going to feel today. And I think the worst thing we can do is keep them from doing that. So be prepared for a scene. Or at the very least, be prepared for unkind things.
Yeah.
To be said.
I know. And she sort of like places her hands on your shoulders and just gives you an understanding look before moving to continue with the busy work. Because, like you, and I believe this may be a trait that you've noticed in Constance, she also likes to keep busy to keep from feeling things. Kate, you arrive next, and you see a young man in a suit, looking awkwardly, standing there. But he can't be older than 18.
Was there a picture in the article?
There was not.
Okay. So Kate doesn't feel good about doing this, but she reaches out and taps into Fern's mind to see if he's an usher. Because if he's an usher, she might feel okay talking to him. But
You get this along the surface. You get the sense, no, he is not an usher. He is who you fear he is.
Great. So Kate, Celeste did just a really sweet job. Like, chef's kiss.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing. Maybe a little overdone for a funeral, but good.
Surprisingly enough, it's very casual. It's very like neutral tones.
Why?
Like,
Why did I doubt Celeste? She's got this.
why did you doubt?
I doubt everybody. This is Kate's character trait.
Her aesthetic may be goth, but not. She knows how to dress someone for a funeral. Especially someone who is going through it.
Right. So, Kate has taken the city bus because she still hasn't figured out really Uber. And she's kind of standing a little down the sidewalk and just frozen. And kind of repeating to herself, bird goes down, bird goes up, bird goes down, goes up, there's a mountain, go up the mountain, go. You have to do this. And she starts speaking out loud to herself in just kind of a crazy way and picking at her ear and just like, you have to go into this. Just stop. Just shut up. Just go. Just shut up. And with her eyes closed, she starts walking down the street, gets her heel a little caught in in between the concrete slabs, and just is a mess. A pretty mess, we'll say. Very. So she makes her way towards Fern, and unrealizing to her, kind of slows down a bit as she gets closer and catches Fern's eye and just smiles awkwardly and says to herself, okay, you talk to somebody in the bank, you can talk to me. And she puts her hand up in a very welcoming the aliens to Earth kind of way. And says, hello! Way too loudly.
Hi?
Hi. Okay. I am looking for Minerva.
Never told me to wait out here for Kanchana and Kate. They went inside to, I guess, finish up some last minute details. So I'm just waiting out here.
I'm Kate. And she
Oh,
points to herself. I'm Kate.
Hi, I'm Fern. He awkwardly holds out his hand for a handshake.
She comes in and it kind of ends up more like a high five. Like a low high five. Nice to meet you. Well, you know what? Not nice to meet you, because this is not a nice... Ow. Oh, God. I just caught my headphones. Not nice to meet you, because this is not a
Kate
nice...
just puts her hand on Rhiannon's car.
God.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
And, you...
The
Yeah, no...
Though I guess one could say it's still nice to meet someone, even if it's not a nice occasion.
Yeah.
Or wait,
I don't... I mean, let's not. Let's not go too far. I need to go... How old are you, kid?
like 18.
Okay. You know? I don't know if you could tell, but I'm not very good at meeting new people. And this is hard for all of us, and I'm going to try and be an adult. about this. So it is nice to meet you, Fern. And I'm sorry that we have to meet like this.
Hey, I understand. I interacting with other people is. I'm personally still getting used to that on like a more conversational side of things than just yeah. Anyways, but yeah. I, it's also sad that we meet under these conditions. Yeah, yeah. It's nice to meet you too, Kate.
Are you sad?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It would have been. It,
Yeah. That's what I thought. And I think Kate turns in to go into the funeral parlor.
Kanchana then arrives.
I was gonna say, I think Kanchana arrives by crashing into the bush. Because I think for the first time in years they decide to teleport. And they are not maybe the best anymore at aiming.
so a bush like right next to Fern.
Because it's a manor, so there's bushes in the front, right? Yeah. You see, you kind of just hear a crash into a bush, I imagine, hear Kanchana going, shit, missed.
Full instinct mode, just like full on jump, like ready to like either fight or flight, like instant. Whoa!
Yeah, you see Kanchana just get up out of the bush. She dressed beautifully, like her suit's very clearly not a funeral suit. It's just one of the only black suits she has, and it's lovely. Her makeup's very well done. Her hair and suit are now like a bit fussier because bush. And she just kind of goes, "Hi, sorry about that. I was aiming
What?
to land on my feet, but it's been a while."
What? Hold on.
How you?
Where did you come from?
Home, obviously.
I mean, yeah, obviously everyone came from where they were before, but like in this immediate area, where did you come from?
Now I've just set up from the bush.
But before that, how did you get into the bush?
I just let's not talk about it. I don't want to drive right now, so I was like, I'll not drive, and because you're not supposed to drive after drinking, so like, I decided to do something. I just don't. Let's go inside. Come on. Let's go. Come on. Let's go. Come on. Come on.
And Fern's still just like his
Gears turning, like it's that gif of like the lady
He's
with
like
the mathematical equation.
Yeah, as he's just kind of like half paying attention as he's following Chana in, and is like, what?
It's fine. Don't. I thought you like.
There are
Okay.
there are a few later arrivals, including Police Commissioner Meredith Crane. Alongside her is a Meredith Crane is a bit of severe is not the right word. She has very defined cheekbones, sort of like light brownish hair that's kind of gone into blonde. She kind of looks like she could lead a police procedural. um, she is in a gray suit with a black blouse. Alongside her is a younger Meredith Crane. Also looks to be like in her 40s. She looks like she could have been a contemporary of both Constance and Althea. Beside her is a younger Hispanic woman. She has she is in like a she's in that that very like clear like detective garb, like blazer, slacks, nice shirt. Um, her hair is her hair her you can tell that her hair is kind of short. Like her black hair is like it should be in a bob, but it's sort of like pulled back for this. She has her police badge on her hip. And a sort of like a more rotund white man, sort of in a navy suit. No police badge to be found. Also follows in. Kate, as you walk in, you see a wreath of sort of like darker flowers, that with a note attached that just says condolences SH.
Do I know who SH is?
You do. And maybe it's a good thing he's not at the funeral.
Yes! It is a good thing he's not at the funeral. But that feeling of fear and just stunning anger starts bubbling up again, and it's getting it's gonna be too much. She knows it's going to be too much, but she needs to keep walking in for Minnie. And even though he's not going to be here, I mean,
His presence is.
his presence is. And just like his namesake of Hemlock, he's going to be poisoning everything about it. At least in Kate's mind. And part of her
I will
feels...
say.
Oh.
Oh, no, please. Sorry.
I was gonna say
This is completely unrelated.
Okay. Part of her feels a little betrayed, because even though she knows, Althea's dead, she's not like contacting people and being like, hey, please send me a wreath for my funeral. It feels like they must have still been in contact after everything.
That could be the case.
There's a reason Kate was sent away, and she thinks that maybe this is part of it. Althea chose to not have Kate around because of him.
Okay. And as everyone settles in, the funeral starts and proceeds. I won't go into the details because woof. um at one point Constance goes up to the podium to address those at the funeral. She clears her throat. Many of you knew Althea Toombs from her work. From champion of social justice to organizer of weekend trash cleaning. She always seemed to have a lot of plates spinning. However, I knew her by her smile. Her smile. I'm sorry. Her laugh. The laugh that always seemed to crinkle her nose whenever it happened. In her office at the foundation, I saw pictures of the people she'd helped. The lives her philanthropy changed, but never any of her. I asked her how she was able to do the things that she did. How she was able to inspire the communities she pledged her time and efforts to and not let their pain get to her. She gave me a smile and said, "Pain is everywhere. Whether you see it or not, feel it or not, it's there. You can understand it, you can buckle to it, but that doesn't mean that you don't do what you believe in. It just means that if the pain comes, you keep moving. If anyone stops to look at you or not, it doesn't matter. Because you've got a job to do." She inhales to speak, but the telltale signs of tears run down her cheek, and she steps from the podium. There is an invitation if anyone else would like to say anything. It does not seem that any of the crowd would like to. Do any of you say anything?
I don't think Kanchana goes up, but I think she's either sitting with her dad or near Kate or Minerva and just kind of mutters, like, "Jesus fucking Christ. We should have scheduled something."
I think so. Kate is getting these little murmurs from everybody of, "Oh, what a lovely speech. What a wonderful way to remember a wonderful woman. How..."
Hey, roll for me and investigate real quick with any telepathy related texts. Up to 3.
Ooh. See, I've got read minds. Oh. And... And I'm going to use my bullshit detector. That's part of my psychic tinnitus. Investigate.
Okay.
There you go.
A mild success. Okay. You hear someone say, how do I want to word this? Ooh. You hear someone say, "What's done is done, just move fucking forward."
Kate starts to scan the room, trying to place the voice with a face. And she looks to her left. And she can see it's... There's like a blur. There are people there, and she knows that there are people there, but they're blurred for her.
Would you like to spend one of your clues to get this information? You have two.
I would. Yeah, let's go for it.
You scan the room, and I will give you a solid lead on this. The thought comes from the man in the navy suit that is sitting close but not next to Police Commissioner Meredith Crane.
Am I able to glean any of Meredith Crane's thoughts?
Actually, it's hard. It's like a steel wall up there. You don't know whether that is because she keeps her thoughts guarded. You don't know if that's just how her mind works. Because everyone's mind is a little different, you know. Some are open doors. Some are fucking puzzle boxes. Some are some are festivals every single day. Some minds it's just the crow. It's just the crow up there. But if you would like to spend another clue, there is someone next to her that you could read much more easily.
Is this the Hispanic woman that was with her?
Yes.
I mean... Okay, gang, what do you think? Should I use this other clue? Because Okay, that was not... That was unhelpful.
I mean, it's your clue.
It is my clue, but also, I have a feeling that, like...
I
don't know.
This is not a party decision. That's why I'm opting out of it. This is a what do you think, Kate?
This
what do
is
you
a
think,
Kate
Kate, in this
decision.
moment?
But I don't want to...
Who does Kate want to read?
I don't want to take any personal responsibility if this goes badly.
Have to.
Oh no! You made your bed. Now you gotta lie in it.
This is the
If you
problem
choose
with
not to make it, then you
telepathy.
can lie in it.
This is absolutely your choice. None of us, I think, are sitting next to you.
Yeah, no, Kate would probably be far away from everybody.
Yeah. I was gonna say, even if it's been long enough, I think that how we might react to the situation, I don't think has a bearing upon how you might react anymore.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The choice is yours.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
You glean the information that this is Detective Luz Costas. And she's just sort of like, you see that her outside is like very like proper, like is very respectful, but her mind is just like, this isn't right. We didn't finish that investigation. I don't know what the commissioner's planning, but this isn't right. We don't need to lie to anyone.
Great.
And now you have that in your brain space.
Now I have that in my brain space, and you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get up and I'm going to walk out. Because all of this about how great she was getting to me. Seeing those initials walking in, that's another needle. And now this. To know that nobody handled this correctly. It's too much. I get up and I walk out. Right as they call for everybody to say something.
I think, Minerva, you notice this. Yes?
I was gonna say, if Kanchana notices this, I think Kanchana actually might go back on what they were going to sit down, but I think they, at that moment, might get up and go talk. Noticing that somebody has left. Maybe not noticing who, but somebody has, like, gone, no.
So, Kanchana's going to
I
the
think
podium?
so.
Okay. Fern, how are you feeling?
Oh boy. Part of him feels like he should go up and say something, but the other part of him doesn't know what to say if he does. And it's like he just doesn't know.
I will say the back of Rhiannon's hand is touching the back of Fern's, and there seems to be a hesitance there. Just as a note, you don't have to do anything. You are muted if you'd like to say anything, Ash. I will also say Fern also noticed that someone has left.
Yeah, honestly, I feel like seeing that someone had left and not really knowing other people's actual relationship with Althea, he thinks that probably just got really overwhelmed with
Mm-hmm.
sadness or whatever, and it was like was going like go step out and like act like full on cry or whatever, just so not like interrupting anything. So it's like okay, they're. But yeah.
Minerva, how are you feeling? You fully know that was Kate that just walked out.
I think if she sees Kanchana going to speak, she will let Kanchana speak first.
Okay. Kanchana,
Yeah.
what do you say?
Kanchana gets up, and is there, like, it's a podium, right?
It's a podium.
And she definitely puts her hands on the side of the podium to kind of steady herself and begins with, so, Althea wasn't my mom. That's just a fact of life. Like, she was not my mom. She served something like my mom for the better part of a decade. She had been friends with my mother, and when my mom passed away, she was there for a lot of what my mom never was, and for that, I am deeply grateful to her. She did things and taught me things that I wish my mom could have. And so, thank you. I can't put it any other way. We didn't always get along. In fact, actually, we really didn't get along this past, like, 4 or 5 years, half a decade almost, because Althea, for all her goodness, fucked up deeply sometimes, and she was human in that way that she could be. That was a beautiful speech about how she cared for people, but she cared for people at the expense of herself in a way that ended up hurting other people. And I don't think she knew that. Kudos to whoever just walked out. You kind of had the balls, I didn't.
I am 100% going to say that Kate can hear this.
Just Kanchana going, kudos to whoever walked out. You didn't have the balls.
For sure. Kate like went behind the doors and she's like, "Am I gonna leave?" But she can like hear everything over the loudspeaker for sure. Hell yes, Kanchana.
Because this to some extent or another is, I don't know. Is it us? Is it? You don't throw a funeral for the person who died, not really, they're dead, they don't give a fuck. This funeral's for us, but like, enough of us have shit, like, enough of this funeral is for us that it's kind of stupid that we're not talking about whatever the fuck happened. I mean, I was one of the kids she helped raise. There were 3 of us, I guess maybe 4 now with the new kid, but like, I don't know him, and I don't even know if he helped plan this funeral. So, like, I don't know. Thanks to you, but also, Jesus Christ. Jesus fucking Christ.
For the listeners, we sort of see Fern shrink in his chair a little bit. And was that a motion to hold Rhiannon's hand?
Indeed it was.
Confirmed.
Aw, that's cute!
Rhiannon holds Fern's hand tightly.
So, at the end of the day, I don't know what to say, but I guess, both thank you deeply from the bottom of my heart, Althea, you meant the world to me, but also kind of fuck you, so like, yeah, I'm Kanchana Palpai-Cool, by the way, if you don't know. I was the 3rd one of us. At least one of the others is here. I don't know about the 2nd one. But wherever she is. Cheers to you, Kit Kat. And then Kanchana will go sit down.
Holy shit!
Holy shit!
That's why I was like, that's when Angela went, oh wait, for Kanchana, I was like, ooh, debatable choice right there.
No, I've been planning my speech this entire time.
I mean, to be fair,
You just
Minnie
gave me
cleans up our
time.
messes.
Yeah.
So, oh my god.
Fern was like debating like going up. Now he's like fully like nope.
Let's
I
not.
can't go. I can't.
Oh my god.
Like no. I can't.
Let me just stay here right next to the person I might be dating.
Big question mark? I don't know, but
Actually-
like let me just like stay.
Big question. It's safer
small.
here.
Yeah, it's safer here than up there in front of everyone.
I was gonna say, I'll actually say, Kanchana doesn't go back to sit down. Kanchana walks, I think, out instead. Might as well go out with a fucking bang.
Power move.
Kanchana, you
Power
see Kate.
move.
Kate, you see
Just
Kanchana.
looks. Oh, hey, Kit Kat.
Oh,
How are you? You are here. Good to know. Do you know why I can
You
get
talk
coffee
to
in this
me?
house?
we can.
I want
Wait.
coffee. I'm already drunk. I want coffee.
So Kate is kind of overwhelmed that Kanchana would even talk to her after about everything, but she says she's drunk. Okay, big sister mode. Here we go. And she kind of moves to shepherd her towards the reception hall. And it's like, okay, well,
Do you think they have coffee?
I'm sure there's coffee back here.
I
There's
might need,
always
like,
coffee.
A couple of shots of 5-hour energy or Celsius in it.
I don't know what that is, but we can
Oh.
find you that.
You're gonna love it. Maybe.
I have an anxiety disorder. I don't think that's gonna help me. But if it'll help you.
Sisters.
Listen, caffeine calms some people down. Maybe it'll calm you down. Who knows? Might be a fun experience.
Kate, you know damn well that caffeine does not calm you down.
No.
No, but I'm still like, yes, okay. I in her tiniest Icelandic town where she was, there was like a lovely little pub and a lot of drunk men, that would wander home and somehow end up on her little farm. So she's used to shepherding the drunks. And she's just, yes, Kanchana, yes, we'll try that later.
Really
of course, we'll get you some coffee.
Kanchana really drinks. It did not take them this, a lot to get drunk. They were drinking, beer, which, takes you a while to get drunk compared to other things. So,
well,
they just don't drink enough to,
This is Alana talking. I'm a lightweight. I get, half a beer in and I'm gone. But, yeah. I think, when Kate left, you would have been, what, 12? Maybe?
How old are you?
13?
How old's Kate?
I believe I'm about 26. I'm older.
So when did you leave? I'm trying to
6 years ago.
6 years ago.
So 6 years ago, you would have been 21.
20.
Oh, 20.
Yeah.
Wait, why am I doing it math like that? Kanchana would have been about, I want to say 15 or 16 years old at the time. Kanchana's about 21, 22.
So, drinking age if you don't follow the laws.
Kanchana was very
drinking age if you're a high school student with some...
I was going to say Kanchana was very much following laws, but clearly by the fact that, vigilantism, they weren't, but, they followed all the other laws involved in this world. They were very by the books,
Okay. So then...
child.
So then Kate would have known you as, the goody two-shoes that didn't drink.
Yes.
And would have been... So she has no idea what's happened to you.
Grad school!
Ouch. So as Kate and Kanchana try and find coffee in the reception hall, Minerva.
Sorry.
For the listener, Angela's cracking her neck and her knuckles.
She steps up to the podium and she stands at her full height, which I think I gave somewhere around 6'3", 6'4", somewhere around there. I made her a tall lady.
Yeah, Minerva's
I don't make
tall.
short ladies. Yeah, I don't make short ladies. It's not what I do. Thank you to everyone for being here. That is what I would have started the speech off with maybe 3, 4, 5 months ago. I think it's probably better that I start with the personal, because I think, oddly enough, I've been to enough funerals where, remarkably, when someone passes away, people don't feel like they can be personal anymore. We have to pretend. So, why don't I start by saying, for those of you who don't know me, I'm Minerva Orellana. I was the first, or among the first, people to be trained by Althea. For those of you who've been fortunate to know me now, some of you might even know me as Minnie. For those of you who knew me many years ago, you might have known me as Jeremiah. And you wouldn't have been wrong. The name is still relevant to me, dead though it is. And I cannot deny its relevance to my life. Nor can I deny the relevance and impact it's had on me and how I've thought about a lot in my life. And I think the same can be said for what any of us have felt about Althea's impact on our life. I grew up with a decent sense that if I were fortunate to die, then it would at least be by freezing to death out in the cold, without any home. And I was fortunate enough to be helped by someone, by Althea. Then I was unfortunate enough to get into fights and be angry with what I thought was Althea's inability to solve every problem that I had, to solve every bit of turmoil that I was having with my life, to every turmoil that was beyond her. And unwilling to figure out how much someone being human was an excuse for their failures, for what they do to us, even when they're trying to do things for us. But so I've reached this part of my life where I am given the dubious honor of looking at some of you here, who I'm certain none of you gave a damn about her, and are probably opportunists at best, and who I'm certain some of you loved her as much as I did, maybe even more. She failed in many regards. For many people. At least 2 of them have spoken up today. And she also succeeded in many other regards. For what she left me. For knowing what it meant to not leave people out in the cold anymore. Whatever her legacy will be, whatever she's left behind, be it for weal or woe, I ask that you all not deny what any of us feel towards her. Be it simple, be it belligerent, be it murderous intent, or be it some, what I will take the opportunity as her daughter to say is a gross and perverse interpretation of her interests. She cared about us, to her great detriment and failure, and to her great success, and I will not begrudge any of my siblings from having the feelings that they have. Nor will I hold her to a standard that I expected her to be God. Only gods could be perfect. She was not that. But she gave me space to be warm again. And I will make that space for myself and for my siblings if they are interested in keeping us all warm, with or without any of your approval. Thank you to everyone who's taken the time to come here. And I hope if any of you feel anything remotely genuine about Althea, that you actually express it. I've said my fill. And this chapter is over. This is a question for our GM.
Before you ask, holy shit.
Oh my god.
Totally not Minerva just taking the glove off and throwing it down at everybody's feet.
Damn.
Like, damn!
Oh my god. Amazing.
Why do you think I waited?
She, the glove off and thrown.
But yes, your question, please.
To what extent of the like more superhuman aspects was the city ever aware of?
You know that the city knew that there were superpowered individuals, and that some had taken up vigilantism towards the the HCPD didn't outright condemn vigilantes, but there wasn't a good relationship there. It wasn't like Batman working with Commissioner Gordon. There was a clear line of demarcation between the police who failed people and the vigilantes who tried to do right by people.
Good. Then last thing she says, oh. And she looks at all the folks, anything police related. If you come for any of my shelters, I will bring fire upon all of you. And as she walks out, her phoenix wings spread out around her as she walks down the aisle. And she goes to go check on Kate and Kanchana.
What? Oh my god! Yes! Holy shit!
Holy shit.
Oh,
Fern is
Benny,
like,
I'm... Oh!
And honestly, I think that's a perfect place to end.
Did they do? I'll take the question point. What?
Oh, holy shit! Thank you.
No.
I'm
so
so
much
proud
for
of you.
listening to Heroes of New Halcyon, a City of Mist game. Oh, I guess we can geek out over the credits by what the fuck?
My thing is like, wait, if they know about those elements, there's no suggestion they know about you having them, which is the issue here now.
No. Nope.
Oh, because I know.
God damn, that is so brave.
Oh,
But
such a risky fucking decision.
Mwah, beautiful payoff.
Holy shit. Oh.
You do your dance, girl.
Angela's
You
just
get
freaking
there.
dancing. Oh.
My comment stays relevant, not
okay.
Angela throwing kindling on the fire. Definitely
Yes.
thrown a whole fucking...
Even more so now, because that was not anything that I gotta rethink a few things now.
We are fucked.
How is Caleb going to... How are we gonna deal with, like, all of... Oh, no.
On the next episode of Heroes of New Halcyon, a City of Mist game, I wanted to let you know that we have a suspect in custody.
If he's an outsider, but Althea wanted him to be part of the family, then that's enough for me.
I mean, it's safe to assume that power's running this family, so...
After trying to read my mind and learn about my family history, which is none of your fucking business.
Like I said, a mess.
Thank you for listening to Heroes of New Halcyon, a City of Mist game. This episode was recorded in Riverside.fm and edited in Audacity, with music and sound effects from Epidemic Sound. This podcast is produced, edited, and GM'd by Caleb Wade. Hey, that's me. Our performers are The Real Ash Gamer, Angela Motovejo, Theta Chun, and Alana Wolfgang Duran. Links to where you can find everyone will be in the description below. Thank you for listening, and keep your head on a swivel for the next episode.